What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Warzone top 5 best class setup video, man. Today we're going to be looking at the guns that are literally the ones you need to use in this game. They're super overpowered, and if you use anything but these guns, you're probably going to have a hard time and wonder why you die a lot. So let's get into this, man. If you guys could drop a like on this video, that would be absolutely amazing, and make sure to subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on as well. It really does help me out a lot. Now let me also know one last thing in the comments down below. What is your current go-to gun in Black Ops Cold War? I'm going to say mine's probably the FARA, and that's the gun that I want to start this video off with. I got to start the list off with the FARA 83 because it is just an insane weapon. If you guys can play good with this weapon right here, you are going to go off on people 100%. So for the class setup on the FARA, the first thing you want to run is the GRU suppressor. This gives you sound suppression, vertical, and, well, not actually, it doesn't give you horizontal. I thought it did. It gives you vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. The next one is the barrel, and that's going to be the 18.7-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel. This is the one that gives you horizontal and vertical recoil control, effective damage range, and again bullet velocity. So right there on those two attachments alone, this gun is crazy at being accurate at distance. Now if you want to make it even better, you go down to the optics and throw on the axle arms 3 times, and for some reason this scope right here, even though it is a 3-time scope, it does insane recoil control at long distance. Like you're going to be hitting people, you're going to be feeling like a laser, and it's going to be so damn easy to get those shots. Now the next attachment is optional, but I do recommend using it, and that is the underbarrel. And what you want to run is the Spetsnaz grip, because again, you get more horizontal and vertical recoil control. There's no downside to using this right here. Like, you're just going to be a laser using it. And for the last attachment, you could go with the VDV 60 round fast mags or the Spetsnaz 60 round mags. I'm going to say the 60 round fast mags is really good, but you do lose ADS. So if you guys want, go with the Spetsnaz 60 rounds, where you do lose some ADS, but not as much, and you can't reload as quick, obviously. So that's the class right there for the FARA 83. It's a very basic class. It's probably going to be one of the only basic classes this video, and it's just something that a lot of you guys should have already, but in case you don't, definitely go off with it right there. Now the next weapon on this list is going to be the Fennec. Now the Fennec, a lot of you guys might look at me and be like, dude, the Fennec isn't a good gun, it's not great. But if you make the right class for the Fennec and you guys could actually use it to go off on people, it's going to work out in your favor, and you're going to do a very, very good job with this gun. It is so damn good up close, and you got to make sure that you're using it in the right situations. You don't want to use the Fennec at long distance. Obviously it's not going to feel like it's that good at long distance, but if you're using it mid and close range, it's going to do a really good job. So some of the attachments right here are actually some that you never would think to run on an SMG, but it does really work, and it does a really good job at it too. So the first one you want to go with is the barrel, and that is the ZLR 18-inch deadfall. Now the reason we're going for this instead of a muzzle is because this gives you sound suppression, which in my opinion is really good. It gives you bullet velocity, recoil control, and again damage range. So like, dude, you got it right there. You don't need to waste 2 attachments using a barrel and a muzzle. Just run this barrel and you get like both in one. After that, we're going to go to an optic, and this is why I said it might not be a class that you normally use, but the optic is going to be the GI Mini Reflex, and I feel like you're just a lot more precise with this. You just hit your shots a lot easier with this than if you were to use the iron sight. So if you guys like that, go ahead and use it. If you don't, I mean, you could take it off and throw on a rear grip or something, but I personally like it, and that's what I'm keeping. Then I went to the stock and I completely took it off by putting on no stock, so I could get movement speed and ADS speed. I always tell people, man, if your movement is on par with your ADS, like if you have both of those really good, really fast, you're gonna be dropping people. If you could outmove people, accuracy does not matter. Just work on movement and you're probably gonna win a lot more gunfights. Like, dude, it's just that's how it is, man. The underbarrel is the Commando foregrip for recoil stabilization and aiming stability. I don't have this on for close range. Like, you don't really need this if you're only using this gun for close range, but I do use this gun for mid range sometimes, and I feel like that really does help it out, and I kind of like it. And for the last attachment, we're going to go to the ammunition, and that is the 40 round drum mags. Now you do need this, unfortunately. If not, you're just not going to have much bullets in your mags, and you're not going to be doing too much. So definitely throw that on and go off on people with it. Now another weapon on this list that I want to talk about is the Milano. Now the Milano is one of those guns, like I always say, man, you could just run it on its own class. You don't need to throw on another weapon with this gun right here. You could run this on your Ghost class and still do really damn good. Now there is one downside to that. The maximum bullets you could run, I believe, is 55, so you might have to reload a lot more, but you guys can run Ghost with this and do a good job. This gun's good at close range, long range, mid range, anywhere you want to use this gun, it's going to succeed. So the first thing you want to run is the agency suppressor. This gives you that effective damage range that you really want to look for in an SMG that has this power. It gives you bullet velocity, it gives you vertical recoil control, and it gives you sound suppression. So that's really good right there. After that, we're going to go to the barrel, which is the 10.6-inch task force. Even though the task force and all that did get nerfed, it's still worth using. You get effective damage range, bullet velocity, and strafe speed. Now, you do lose vertical and horizontal recoil control with this right here, but at the end of the day, it's not much. It doesn't really affect the gun too much. It doesn't feel like it. So this gun is still really, really good. Then we went to the stock, and for the stock on this one, there's a few that you could run. The one I really recommend is the Raider stock, and that's the final one. So make sure you guys have this weapon definitely maxed out. You get ADS firing move speed, so you can dodge bullets really, really quickly by strafing left to right in a gunfight. You got sprint to fire time, which is probably the most important thing to have on a weapon. And you get aim walking movement speed, which to me, that's really good. Like, even before you shoot, you're going to be moving fast while aiming down sights. Then we're going to go to the ammunition. Like I said, it's the 55 rounds. That's the most you could get. The Salvo 55 round fast mags. That's what I like. You get ammo capacity and reload quickness. You lose some ADS, but it's an SMG. The ADS is really fast to begin with, so you're not losing too much right there. And the rear grip is the drop shot wrap, just to get some of that ADS that you just lost back, and flinch resistance. I don't know if flinch resistance really does make a difference in Warzone, but in case it does, hey, you get it right there, so why not? Now, another weapon on this list, we got two left. I want to talk about the M4A1. Now, the M4A1 is my favorite weapon in any COD. Like, I should say, not any COD, obviously not any COD, it's not in every COD, but in this one right here, in Warzone and in Modern Warfare multiplayer, this is the gun that I go to all the time. It's so good, no matter what you do with the classes, it's a very good gun. Now, what I did with this one is, again, I made it kind of like the FARA, a very basic class, but with the Modern Warfare attachments. So that being the muzzle monolithic suppressor, where you get sound suppression and damage range. The barrel is the stock M16 Grenadier. Now, you get recoil control here, bullet velocity, and damage range. Now, the recoil control, it doesn't say if it's vertical or horizontal like it does on the Cold War weapons, but I'm taking a chance here and I'm saying it probably is vertical and horizontal since it doesn't specify which one it does. I'm guessing it's both. After that, the underbarrel is going to be the Commando foregrip, which is really nice. You get recoil stabilization and aiming stability. Then we're going to go to the ammunition, which is the 60 round mags, which I really think is really good because, like, yeah, 60 rounds, it should be enough to take out 3 people, sometimes 4 if you're really lucky, but don't chance it too much. But definitely 3 people you should be able to take out with 60 rounds. And the last attachment, this is what I say you guys could definitely put on what you want. Like, you could put on the stippled grip tape if you want ADS and sprint to fire. I really like that, but again, I use this gun on my Ghost class because it's worth it, and I put on fully loaded instead to make sure that I do have ammo. But if you're playing Rebirth like I am, you don't need to put on fully loaded. Definitely go ahead and put on the stippled grip tape. Now let's get into the last weapon of this list, which I think I saved the best for last. Now, it's definitely not my favorite weapon, but it is a very, very good weapon, and that is the MAC-10. Even though this thing got nerfed, man, it is still the go-to gun up close. That's all I got to say about it. Like, it's really good up close. And again, this class, it's kind of very similar to my Fennec class, but it's definitely not the same, obviously, because it's a whole different game. It's Black Ops, this weapon, and Fennec is from Modern Warfare, but it's very similar. So the first thing is the muzzle, the agency suppressor. You get sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. Boom, right there. That's the only attachment you need to run, and you're gonna do good. No, I'm just kidding. We definitely got more attachments. The barrel is the 5.9-inch task force. You get effective damage range, bullet velocity, strafe speed. Definitely good to have. Now, you do lose vertical and horizontal, and unlike the Milano, you actually notice it a bit more on this gun. So don't try to use this gun at long distance. Like, I see people using the MAC-10 at long distance. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Going down to the next attachment, it's going to be the no stock. And the no stock, it gives you sprint to fire time. And the MAC-10, since I use it just up close, really, that sprint to fire time helps out a ton. If I could shoot before the enemy could, it really does help out. And especially if some dude is hiding in the corner and stuff, you want to have a faster sprint to fire time for sure. The ammunition is the Salvo 53 round fast mags, which is a weird amount of bullets to have in the mag, but that's what it is, and it's unfortunate, but you can't do much about it. So this gives you ammo capacity, obviously, and reload quickness. Now, it does take away some ADS, but like I always say, it's a small light SMG. The ADS isn't bad. And for the rear grip, we kind of want to get a bit of that ADS back without losing any cons whatsoever, so we're gonna go with the drop shot wrap, and this gives you that's not English, Nick. This gives you ADS time and flinch resistance, and like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if flinch resistance really does much or anything at all, but I mean, hey, it's there, the stat is there, so maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. If any of you guys know, please let me know down in the comments. But like I said earlier in the video, man, if you guys could drop a like on this one, that would be truly appreciated. We're not gonna set a goal or anything, but just go ahead and do it. If you made it this far into the video and you want to mess with people down in the comments and have them read your comment and say, what the heck is this guy talking about, go ahead and comment green bananas down in the comments below. It also lets me know that you made it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are around here with those noties turned on. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. Let me know your favorite weapon down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.